Okay, well, one of my cousins on my mother's side told me that there might be an Ethiopian connection.
Okay.
So I know about that. And one of my mother's sisters looked very Asian with her cheekbones and stuff. So that's kind of all I know.
Hey, good folks. This is the Ancestry Chronicler here, Deshaun J. Gandy, and we're doing another African Ancestry DNA reveal.
Yes.
So I'm sitting here with, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Sarah Stiles.
Sarah Styles. That's a hot name too. Styles.
Thank you.
Styles. I always say the stylish Sarah Styles.
Oh my.
So you're about to do your mother's matrilineage.
Yes.
And so you've purchased the African Ancestry matriclaim
I have.
test. Okay, and so how far back were you able to go on your mother's matrilineage?
My second great grandmother.
Having gone this far back, what made you decide to take this next step and test with African Ancestry?
Well, I wanted to get more specific about where I came from,
Okay.
or what my lineage was.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, in Africa. I mean,
Right. Okay.
with our history.
Yeah, because you received your genetic African makeup, a breakdown, the ethnic estimates from Ancestry.
Yes.
And so, but you don't know. Well, there wasn't any specificity.
Yes.
And you don't know which branch of your family is connecting you to those African ethnicities, those
Yes,
regions that were given to you.
yes.
You don't know. And
That's
so this
right.
next step with African Ancestry is going to give you, at least in some part, in terms of the branch that you're testing, specificity on whatever DNA African ethnicity that you do have. This branch of the family is the branch that takes you there, and if it's in Africa, if it's found in Africa,
Yes.
then more than likely, because African Ancestry has the largest African DNA database in the industry, we're able to get you to specificity.
That's impressive.
Yes.
Very impressive.
So, how excited are you?
I'm really excited.
You're really excited. Okay.
I'm really excited.
Great. You're about to swab your cheeks. You ready for that?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so the stipulations are that you have not brushed your teeth or used mouthwash in the last 3 hours.
Yes.
That you did not smoke in the last 3 hours.
Yes.
Are you a smoker?
No, I'm not.
Okay. And that you did not have any alcohol, as you say, alcohol in the last 3 hours. Do you drink alcohol?
No, I don't.
Okay. All righty. So that means that we're all ready to go.
We're ready to go.
All right. So I'm going to go and I'm going to get the kit, and we're going to swab away, if you will, or swab at. We are taking the African Ancestry matriclaim test. Boom! Here it is. Remember who you are. African Ancestry. Discover the roots of your family tree and transform the way you define yourself with African Ancestry, the pioneer of genetic ancestry tracing for people of African descent. That's you, right?
It is me. I'm one of them.
Voila. The waiting
Voila.
game begins.
Yes.
And so we're going to do a quick turnaround. We're not going to play the waiting game on the camera. And so in the next few seconds, you're going to see the image flip, and we're going to have her results. And, we're doing a DNA reveal today. We're doing a DNA reveal from African Ancestry with my cousin by marriage, Sarah Stiles, and her brother, the handsome
You're too kind.
Milton Holden. And we're glad to have them here. So we're going to be revealing their mother's maternal line, their mother's matrilineage. Can you Can you tell me a bit about what you know about your family history, and what made you? Well, I guess we'll go with that part first. Like, what do you know about your family history, at least on your mother's side?
Okay. Did you want to start first, Milton?
You're the oldest here.
Okay. Okay, well, one of my cousins on my mother's side told me that there might be an Ethiopian connection.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I know about that. And one of my mother's sisters looked very Asian with her cheekbones and stuff. So that's kind of all I know
Okay.
from that side.
Okay. And how about you?
I just know all of my aunts and uncles, our mother's siblings.
Mhm.
But going beyond that, clueless.
Okay. Okay. All right. You did the swabs.
Yes.
We made sure everything was copacetic.
Uh-huh.
We mailed it off.
Yes.
We've waited.
Yes, we have.
And it came back pretty quickly, right?
Yeah, I was
It came-
surprised.
Yeah, it came back pretty quickly. And so we've waited because we just wanted to make sure the timing was right. Everybody's schedule was here
Yes.
and there and stuff like that. So now the schedules have aligned, if you will.
Milton is here.
and I know that you wouldn't want to have done this without your brother
Yes.
being by your side.
Yes.
And you two have a beautiful story to share.
Yes.
And maybe at a later date we could do an episode on that.
All right.
If you're willing to talk about it, just a great story, a narrative about your relationship, your family, and things of that nature.
Yeah.
And so what we're going to do is that we're going to, as far back as we can go, was Minerva Whitfield.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that she was born here in the United States. We don't know where her mother was born.
Yes.
But this is for her mother's line.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to find out if her mother was born on the continent of Africa, or if she's European, if she's Asian. Because for the matriclan test, 92% of the matriclan test comes back with African results.
Okay.
And so that means 8% have mainly European results, some Asian, East Asian, and Native American. And so, it is with great pleasure.
Drum roll. Yes.
Do you have an idea? Do you want to hazard a guess? You think it's on the motherland? Well, first of all, out of like on the motherland, or European, or Asian, or Native American, you want to take a guess from there?
I think it's the motherland. My one cousin was kind of definite about the Ethiopian connection.
Okay.
So I'll go with that.
I think it's the motherland. Okay, and so on the motherland, on the continent of Africa, you keep referencing Ethiopia, and Ethiopia is on the east,
Not the west.
and not the west. And so, are you thinking east? Are you leaning more to the East Africa, or West Africa, or somewhere in between?
It might be somewhere in between. My cousin was kind of specific about Ethiopia, which you indicate is like western part of the continent.
Eastern.
The eastern, right, because the western part of the continent is where most of the enslaved people came from. But from Ancestry, there's a lot of connection on the west coast of Africa. So
And the majority of the enslaved Africans that were taken to the New World, as they call it, during the transatlantic slave trade, were primarily from the West Coast.
Yeah.
Let's stick with this East African thing right quickly. Ethiopia. You said your cousin, she's been landing on the Ethiopian thing. Is there any specific reason why?
She said she was young, and there was a parade or something in the newspaper about Haile Selassie coming here or whatever, and her father mentioned that to her. So that stuck with her, and she shared that with me.
And her father said what to her?
That you have Ethiopian blood roots whatever.
And that was your aunt, your mother's sister?
Her daughter, my mother's sister's daughter.
Your mother's sister's daughter. And her father told her that. So would that be on her father's line? If her father told her that would be her father's line.
Yeah,
which is not your family.
That's a possibility.
Yeah, which isn't your family at all.
No.
But she's connected to you on her mother's side.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that kind of puts us in kind of a wheelhouse of what it is and what it is not. Well, so we have a certificate here, and your certificate shows that. Let's read the letter. And this letter is from Dr. Gina Page, the president.
Yes.
And it is dated May 3rd, 2022. And it says, Dear Sarah, it is with great pleasure that I report your matriclan test results. We have determined that you share maternal genetic ancestry with Mafa people living in Cameroon today.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Mafa.
The Mafa people living in Cameroon.
Mafa.
Cameroon. So you're from the area. You know, you're from the area.
Yes.
You know, my mom's maternal line is Milike people, Cameroon. So
Okay. All right.
You're the area cousin.
Okay. Cousins.
We compare parts of your maternally inherited DNA to that of people from around the world. Because African Ancestry, although the company is called African Ancestry, they do not just look for African ancestry. They test for ancestry.
Yes.
So they're looking for ancestry all over the world to look for matches.
Right.
And using the largest set of African mitochondrial DNA samples available today, African Ancestry we found identical 99.7%
That's close.
matches for you with the mitochondrial of Mafa people. This means that at some point in the 500 to 2,000 year history of your maternal lineage, mother to mother to mother, there was a Mafa woman.
Oh my God.
Beautiful. So what does this mean?
Yes.
This means that everyone on your entire maternal lineage, from the past and into the future, shares ancestry with these groups. So we encourage you to, share this information with your sons, your family, with everyone on your mother's side of the family, including, siblings, children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, mothers. Your mother's sisters, if they're alive, I think they all passed away, right?
Aunt Jessie was
Aunt Jessie was the last to pass away. Okay, and brothers, all her brothers passed away as well. Yeah. But it's for the whole family.
Yes. Yes.
And so here is a certificate.
Yes.
Right here, certificate of ancestry. Would you like to read that?
Yes. Certificate of Ancestry. African Ancestry hereby certifies that Sarah Stiles shares maternal genetic ancestry with Mafa people living in Cameroon.
Wow.
Beautiful.
That's
beautiful.
awesome.
Beautiful.
Yay!
And so, let's see.
That's awesome.
Cameroon is right up under Nigeria. It's right up under Nigeria. Here's Cameroon right here. Here's Nigeria. And so the Mafa people live up in the north. They live up here in the north.
Okay.
And they live very simple lives. Very simple lives. Most of them are farmers.
Yes.
They grow red sorghum, millet, things of that nature. Here's something interesting about the Mafa people. They love music.
Do they now? My people!
They love music. They're musicians.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. And this is something interesting because you normally connect this, knowing you normally connect this with your dad's side of the family.
Yes, yeah.
But this is connection now that may extend to your mom's side of the family. But one of their instruments is a huge tambourine.
No.
and cousin Sarah, she is a tambourine player par excellence,
Oh my
if
gosh.
you will.
It's in the genes.
I don't know about all that.
It's in the
but-
genes.
Yes, it's in the genes. She got it honestly. It's in the genes. It's in the genes.
That's something.
Yeah. So and another thing about the Mafa people that I think is really really beautiful is that, and let's see if I can say this right. I've been practicing it. I haven't spoken French in years, but in the 1970s,
Yes.
the Mafa people, they created something that's called Vai de Jesus Mafa.
By
Vai de Jesus Mafa. The life of Jesus, the life of a Mafa Jesus. And what they did is that they created this artwork where they painted Jesus and the biblical characters as Mafa people. So the Mafa people could better identify with the gospel message instead of it being a Eurocentric message. You know,
Yes.
instead of saying it's just a Eurocentric, because Eurocentric people, I mean, let's be honest, they confiscated, you know, the Bible characters and made them all white. So the Mafa people, they created beautiful, beautiful artwork. Some of the artwork that they created, and they just did like great biblical scenes like that
That's interesting.
with Mafa people. And so it's beautiful artwork, you know, and it's called the Vai de Jesus Mafa.
Okay.
The life of a Mafa Jesus. And so, remember I told you that Cameroon is south of Nigeria?
Yes.
And the Mafa people live in the north of Cameroon in the mountains, and so they border Nigeria. So some of them have spilled over into Nigeria as well.
Yeah.
So some of them live in southern Nigeria as well.
Okay.
And so those are your people, the Mafa
Right.
people.
All right.
And so that's a story that unfortunately did not get passed down in the family, but it's something that you all have now.
Yes.
And I love how Dr. Gita Pei says it's a form of resistance, because we were told, our ancestors were told when they came through, when that Mafa woman
Yeah.
came through the slave dungeons on the shores of West Africa, and she went through the door of no return. It was called the door of no return
Yeah.
because she would never come back. And the people who enslaved her had no intentions on sending her back,
Yes.
or her children.
Yeah.
If you read in Last Wills and Testaments where they pass down their enslaved people to their family members and their children, one of the things that they always say is that, and they shall be yours and their children and their children forever. You know, so they had no intentions that we would be sitting here right now, free people, and able to discover through our DNA that came from the Mafa people in Africa.
Such a blessing.
Yes.
It's such a blessing, you know?
Yeah. So of all the things that they were able to take, thank God they couldn't take our DNA.
Take
No,
our DNA.
no.
And if they could, I think they would have. But
God protected it.
yeah.
God protected
And so,
it.
so how you feel about that? How you guys feel?
That's great information. It just, now I have something to look at, you know,
Yeah.
understand a little better.
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, first of all, thank you, African Ancestry, and thank you, Cousin Deshaun,
You're
and
welcome.
Cousin Lady Dawn. Thank you so much.
So that's it. I thank you too for allowing me to be able to share and to do the reveal of your African ancestry. We got Mafa people in the house.
Yes, in the house, Mafa people in the house.
Oh man!
Yes.
So we are representing Cameroon. I should
Yeah.
have brought my Cameroon flag,
Yeah.
but that would have gave it away. I would have gave it away, but I should have
Yeah.
brought my Cameroon flag so we could just pop up the flag, like, "Bada!"
Yeah.
Cameroon in the house. But yeah, so thank you for the opportunity and for the privilege, and I just hope that this is enriching and fulfilling, and don't make it your destination.
Yeah.
But it's the springboard for your journey of just continuing to discover your African ancestry. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. Listen, if you have enjoyed this channel and enjoyed the content, please share, like, give me the thumbs up, and subscribe. As always, peace, and I holla.